5 years now, and I really love the opportunity to come to these conferences and talk a little bit about video in general, our publishers and what they're thinking about video, and how we're thinking about sort of solving for some of the challenges that they're facing every day. So, we hear a lot of chatter, especially recently, about moving off of platforms like YouTube, like Facebook, and really taking control of your video strategy. So today what we want to do is focus on how JWPlayer helps our publishers do that. So we'll jump right in. And before we get started, I'll talk a little bit about JWPlayer. You've probably come across us in one way or another in the past, but just in case you haven't, JWPlayer has been around for a long time. We're really one of the originators in online video, and we power online video for the owned and operated world, and we do it at scale. As you can see here, we've been around since 2008. Funny story, we were founded in the dorm room of Jeroen Wiering in the Netherlands. That is where the JW comes from in our name. You can see here a YouTube player. The first YouTube player was a JW player that was created by him. So we've been around for quite some time, and we've always focused on innovating. And over the last 10 years, that's really been our focus, right? Whether it's HTML5 video, MPEG Dash, VAST4, and our recent release of video player bidding, we're always trying to stay ahead of the curve in an industry that is really always changing. And that focus on innovation has really given us the opportunity to partner with some amazing clients. As you can see, and as I talked about before, our scale is massive. Our footprint has really grown over the years, and it's thanks to a lot of the clients that are on this list. A lot of you are here. A lot of you on this list are here in the room. So thank you for being clients. We really appreciate the business, and we look forward to sort of continuing ushering forward the future of video together. What's becoming abundantly clear in our conversations with our clients, and really our prospective clients, is that the brands and publishers and media companies that we speak to, they see video the same way we do. And what that is even though we've seen tremendous growth over the last 10 years, there's still an incredible amount of opportunity. The future is really bright. The future is really bright, and here are 3 points that kind of speak to that. One, it continues to grow. Right? In the next 3 years, by the end of 2022, 82% of all internet traffic is going to be digital video. Right? From an ad spend perspective, by 2021, $49 billion will be spent in digital video. Right? And lastly, the whole concept of cord cutting, there's a segment of users and a segment of the population that are just post cord cutting. They don't even know what cord cutting is. They never used cable. They started with digital video. So it's really critical when we think about it for publishers to take that opportunity, right, and to not sort of waste it, right? It's easy to just throw your inventory on YouTube or Facebook, but to us, that's a risk. And what we want to do is sort of empower our publishers to take control of their strategy, right, and drive as much monetization and opportunity as they can on every single video view. So how do we do that, right? First of all, how do publishers take back control? And then how does JWPlayer play a role in helping them do that? And when I think about the way that JWPlayer builds its products and thinks about the products to build, I really split it up into 2 categories. The first thing are the products that we're building in line with our 4 main pillars around product. 1, speed, reach, engagement, and monetization. And then 2, perhaps more importantly, are the products that we're driving actually solving something, right? Are they solving a challenge that our customers and the publishers are facing? So as we go through this, I want to think about that. And the first thing I want to talk to is kind of tying back to what I said before around cord cutters. One of the ways we think publishers can take control is to capitalize on a trend that we're seeing, which is the shift from cable and to digital, and it's particularly to connected devices and OTT. A lot of our publishers see that audience is shifting that way. They see that advertising spend is starting to move to OTT, but it's new, it's different, it's hard to maintain, it's expensive, and there's sort of a lack of expertise and knowledge in the space coming from what was web and mostly app. So that's a challenge that we saw, And what we did to solve it is we recently released in the beginning of the year OTT Apps. And this is basically just a quick and scalable way to drive your viewing experiences past web and onto connected devices on the major platforms. And we're seeing pretty good success, right? These apps can get launched within 15 days. You get support and maintenance throughout the cycle, and you can monetize however you want, right? If you're trying to do AVOD, you can certainly support that, SVOD, et cetera. And we have a client that went live a couple months ago, Gravitas Ventures, on OTT Apps. They, if you're not familiar with Gravitas, they launched their streaming service, Gravitas Movies, in March of this year on OTT Apps. They've been around for like 13 years. They have a ton of independent movies and content. We migrated about 1,000 assets over and had them live within a few weeks. So this product is making it really easy for publishers and cost-effective for publishers to kind of merge into that OTT space. The other challenge we're seeing is that publishers want more video inventory, right? They want more video inventory. And as we all know, video is expensive, right? It's expensive to create. It takes a lot of time to create. So how can we maximize the inventory we have and get more video out of it? And what we noticed is in interviewing some of our clients, about 60 to 70% of articles do not have video on them. And there's a number of reasons why. One, it's really cumbersome and it takes time. A lot of publishers have their editorial team spending time manually curating videos and slotting them into articles. In some cases, they don't use their time for that, and they end up without videos. In some cases, they do spend the time, but the video isn't as relevant as it could be. So we thought, what if we could automate this process for our publishers? And we created article matching. So article matching automatically embeds relevant content into your text based on the content of your article, right? So we use our proprietary technology to scan the contents of your page, scan your video library, and automatically pair a relevant piece of content with that text. So for example, if you have a video or you have an article that talks about Kevin Durant's press conference or about his Achilles injury, we'll scan your JW library and automatically slot a video in there that's relevant. And we're seeing some really good success with this product. It's been live for about 4 or 5 months. National Review's a pretty sizable news site. They used to embed videos themselves manually. We uploaded all their content. They turned on article matching with just a flip of the button, and they saw an immediate impact, a 20% increase in video plays and a 33% increase in ad impressions. This is particularly impressive because they're a publisher that had video already. This wasn't going from no video to article match video. This was from manually curated video to article match video, and there's serious improvement, not just in terms of editorial workflow and saving time, but also as it relates to revenue. So the last piece is, okay, you get increased engagement, you get more views. What about the monetization side? And one of the challenges is probably the simplest one, which is I want to make more money in programmatic video. I want to monetize better. And all of our publishers, when we talk to them, are like, it would be great if I could have higher CPMs or higher fill rates within my programmatic stack. So we've been working on this product for a while, but we basically figured we have a bunch of great partnerships with demand partners. We have a great network of publishers. What if we can basically plug all of those demand partners directly into the player that these publishers are already using, increasing competition, et cetera. So we released video player bidding. And as of a couple months ago, we have 4 of our premium demand publishers slotted directly within the player: SpotX, PubMatic, Talaria, and EMX. And basically what this is doing for our publishers is just creating a competitive marketplace directly within the player. And we're seeing great success. We have over 1 billion ad requests coming through the player bidder every month. We have about 70 customers live today. And it's a great product because the advertisers are happy because they're getting inventory on premium publishers' websites. The publishers are happy because we're increasing demand and increasing the level of competition there. This is basically video header bidding, but removing the complexities of setting it up and slotting it directly within the player. The last thing I want to talk about is a product that we just released, so it's not GA yet, but RealTime Alerts. What we noticed in talking to our publishers is that a lot of time they're losing out on money because of what they don't know or because of how slow they are to receive information about what's happening, right? There's a lack of fill due to errors and technical things that are going on, and sometimes we don't find out about that until the day after or maybe later than that. So what we did is we created RealTime Alerts, and basically what this is going to do is not only alert the publisher in real time on mobile, email, Slack, on what the ad error is, but it's also going to provide mitigation steps to actually solve that issue. And we expect that this could result in an immediate increase in fill and solving issues much faster than they're able to get solved today. So this is what we're thinking about, right, when it comes to expanding reach through OTT, increasing engagement through adding more video inventory, and then maximizing on your monetization opportunities through a more competitive demand stack. We think these are all important as video grows and as our publishers are sort of fighting to take back control and optimize on that future growth. So this is what I have. I thank you all for listening to me for a few minutes, and if you have any questions, I'll be around for the week at the Par 3 golf course. I'm really bad at golf, so I'll be here. Feel free to ask me questions. Brendan here in the back is also with the team, so do not hesitate whether you're a customer or you'd like to learn more about us. We look forward to